Hello and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and in this episode we are going to talk about another SailfishOS related topic, which of course is an app we are going to talk about. It's a pretty new one, and as you already can see, it's going to be SailPipe. SailPipe is pretty much one of the celebrities of the apps for SailfishOS because it was very hyped. There was a development information about all this, so a diary more or less, because the developer who is creating this is more or less just capturing what he's doing very step by step and stuff like that. It's a pretty interesting and cool thing to do, and in the end this app is one of the results of that. And the app is more or less using another technology to give you options to, for instance, stream from Bandcamp and from YouTube and from MediaCC if you want to. And in the end, those kind of services are going to be used there without, or at least as far as I know, without advertisement and stuff like that. And you can watch them very easily in a nice, clean interface. Very simplistic, but for what it does it really well. And that's more or less what this is going to be all about. I'm going to show you a little bit of that app and show you how to install it and where to get it. So, in the end, as mentioned before, it's a SailfishOS native app we are talking about. It's new. It's based on NewPipe, but the app itself is named after SailfishOS, of course, so it's SailPipe in this case. And I'm going to show you everything on my Sony Xperia 10 Mark III in this case. On the big screen, of course, you're seeing everything using screencast, the technology by this smartphone created everything. But in the end, good thing about it is you're going to see everything on the big screen, what's going on my small screen here. With one limitation, it's going to have a little bit of a lag, but that's not about the speed of the phone here or something. It's just about this technology. Okay, so first off, where to get this app? You're gonna have to go to the Open Web Bros one, or in this case to the App Store, of course, Doorman called. It's more or less a GUI for the Open Web Bros website. And if you go in there, you can just go to the search and type in the SailPipe. If you do that, you're going to, in general, really easily find this one. It's now in a reasonable version. It was there before for a couple of versions already in this part, but now it's more or less in a stable state, even so it's not the 1.0 or something version of Sailfish or of SailPipe in this case. It's going to be the, I think, .5 or something, .5 I think. Doesn't really matter. In the end, this one is going to be the one you're going to want to download, so click on that. If you do that, you can of course have a look at the different kinds of information he's going to provide you with. For instance, which kind of parts you can use there. SoundCloud, for instance, is in there too, very important. I think that's missing on my thumbnail. I'm going to add that too. Anyway, in the end, all you can see here is you can really watch those and have it in a pretty nice and convenient way. And the good thing about it is it's going to be at least less advertisement. Of course, the in-video advertisement will be there still, but everything else should be gone. And in the end, just scroll through if you want to have a look at the different images there. You can have, of course, a communication with the developer, with the commentary section there and stuff like that. And it's done by Flypick, as you already might have seen here. And in the end, if you want to install it, just go to the drawer menu then at the top there. So just draw with your finger a little bit down. That's more or less what's going on there. And then at your space, if you didn't install it, so now you will find install there, and then just use that, install the app. And after that, you should see it in your menu here. I already have it sorted into this folder, but of course for you it would be at the bottom there somewhere there. Okay? So I'm going to go in there. You see another contender more or less, which is a pretty interesting thing too. So if you want to just watch, for instance, YouTube, that one is fine too. It's called MicroTube. very interesting app too, but in this video we are going to talk about that. I think MicroTube was already covered by me in this channel. If so, you will find another video up there. I'm not sure at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at SailPipe. SailPipe itself is very clean, very empty at the start. If you go on here, you will see something like this, but maybe even worse, because I always selected YouTube here. To do stuff, you will first off have to go to the drawer menu and go to select Service at the end, or Dienst auswählen in German. If you go in there, then you are going to be asked, hey, which kind of service would you like to search for stuff from? And then you get YouTube, SoundCloud, Media, CC, and Bandcamp, of course. So just select one of those. I'm going to go with YouTube first and showing you, for instance, Bandcamp or something after that. If I go in there, select that, now you can already see you don't get any kind of more or less, any kind of advice what you should watch or whatever. You are going to be the main actor here. I am a little bit for that, a little bit against that, because in the end, of course, I don't want to be forced to watch stuff I don't really want to watch. And this is a great thing, that you really actively have to search for something because you're searching for it and you're just not bombarded with whatever that is going to be there. Problem about it is, of course, if you just want to more or less get a little bit, width of time or something like that, if you are standing at the bus stop or whatever and waiting, then this is of course a little bit less nice part, but in the end, good thing about it is the algorithm is not going to feed you stuff you don't want to watch anyway. So, for instance, in our case, I'm just going to search for my own channel in this case, of course. If I go in there, put that in, you can already see it's going to update on the fly. It's pretty nicely done. Here you can see we have this Continuum gaming part. Don't ask me what this is. I don't have 0 entries. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's posts or something. I'm not posting there. But in the end, if you go in here, you can already see, hey, there are a lot of different things in there. So all the different videos I have posted can be watched in this. And if you go in here and want to, for instance, watch this one, I don't know, you can easily open it up. It's going to be streamed, of course, so you have to be in the on the internet, of course. And of course, you can already see there are a couple of different informations here. You can see, for instance, all the different infos down below. So how long is this video, when was it uploaded, who uploaded it, and so on and so forth. A couple of different things here with the description down below. Everything you would see in the normal on the normal website, for instance, too, but in a very condensed and nice fashion. So you can really easily search through all of this and work with it. Same with the different functionalities here. You can open it in the browser if you need to. You can even download the video if you want to share it, and of course if you want to go to the full screen mode, everything is there. So in the end, if you are happy with it, just click on that and you will see it's going to play, of course, with sound. I have not activated it very loudly here, but everything is there. And of course, if you want to have it in the full screen part, you can click on that button too, and you will see it in the full screen. Don't get confused, this one is not turning around, that's normal. But in the end, you can already see it seems to work. It's really nice. It has a pretty good performance, I would say. It's nice enough, I would say. And you can really use it in a very easy way and do that. And of course, as mentioned before, interesting, you can go to the YouTube channels and stuff like that. So you have a couple of different options here. And more importantly, you can't just watch, for instance, YouTube. You can even watch other things or hear other things. For instance, one of the apps I'm not really familiar with or something, or one of the services, better to say, is for instance Bandcamp, but it's a great one, I would say. So if you go in there, and you can have, of course, as you can see, a couple of different services here now, and one of them is Bandcamp. And if I go in here, for instance, I can, for instance, search for a pretty small band of a friend of mine. For instance, it's Captivated. Captivated, that should be the name. If I click on that, I can't find stuff about that. As you can see, there is a couple of informations which are, I think, not true. I didn't check it, but okay, 0 entries, it's not 0 entries, whatever. And I'm pretty sure there are more than 0 people who subscribe to this, because of course there are a couple of other people in this band, for instance, which obviously would have subscribed to that probably. But anyway, you can already see it. Hey, they have a couple of different songs here. They have an album on, so more or less an album. And you can have a couple of different informations about what they are, where they are from, and what they are doing and stuff like that. So, and of course, same thing, if you want to watch this, you can easily watch it at this point. In this case, of course, it's going to be just music. I'm not playing it too long because I'm not sure if there's going to be any kind of copyright strikes otherwise. Not by the band, they probably are happy that I'm doing this, but in the end by YouTube itself or whatever, so I'm not going to play it too long, but you already can see it's pretty much rocking here, and it should be pretty fine to have a look at that and work with it. It's going to be a low quality in this case, but I think that's a good thing because they're trying to really save you bandwidth. That's what they're doing there, and it's all about the music, not about this kind of stuff, right? So everything's fine. Same thing, you have a couple of different options here to download and do stuff with it if you really, really want to. And this is more or less for Bandcamp. And of course, there is more than only those tools. If you go to the service selector again, you can see SoundCloud and MediaCC is there too. So just have a look if you want to use one of those. The biggest problem with the app I see is that you can't really easily, very fast switch between those. So tabs for those services or something, or at least tabs you can select from, I don't know, would be pretty nice. I'm not sure why he didn't do it, but he did it like this. It's less clouded, of course, like that, but for instance, if you want, for instance, have a look at the YouTube version first, watch that and pause it somewhere, and want to go to SoundCloud then and have a look at, I don't know, the SoundCloud version or whatever, and go back, the first one will be gone because there is no option to more or less leave that tab, whatever, open. That is a little bit of the drawback of the app, but other than that, I would say, okay, you don't get any kind of advertisement and stuff like that, so that's pretty much something I can live with for this kind of feature there. Yeah, and this is more or less all I can tell you about NewPipe, or better to say SailPipe. Sorry, NewPipe is the technology that is used there, but SailPipe is the iteration for Sailfish OS, of course. And yeah, so have a look at that. I really like the app. It's really very, very helpful for many, many different things, and I would say try it out. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Please have a look at the corner up there if you want to have other videos about Sailfish OS and stuff like that. And of course, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any kind of questions, comments, whatever, put them down below into the commentary section. And of course, if you didn't subscribe to the channel till now, do that now. Other than that, thank you for watching, see you in the next episode, and bye! Bye!